Have you ever looked for a quick and easy way to create a golden glitter text effect? If your answer is yes, then you're in the right place. Hi there everyone, my name is Andrei Marius. I've been working in Photoshop for over 10 years, and in this Envato Tuts Plus tutorial, I'll put my experience to use as I show you step by step how to create this golden glitter text effect in Adobe Photoshop. This tutorial was originally posted by Rose on the Tuts Plus website, so check out the link in the description if you prefer a written version of this tutorial. Also in the description you will find links to all resources that will be used to create this text effect. Before we begin, make sure to check out Envato Elements, where with a simple subscription you can get unlimited access to millions of creative digital assets such as music, graphics, photos, fonts, and many more. You can subscribe right now with the link in the description. Let's open Photoshop to create a new document. Select pixels from this drop-down menu, set the width to 850 and the height to 600. Make sure that the color mode is set to RGB and the resolution to 72 pixels per inch, and then click this button to create your new document. Right-click this background layer to duplicate it. Double-click the background copy to open the layer style window, and start by enabling the gradient overlay. Keep the blend mode set to normal and the opacity to 100%. Check this little box. Make it a radial gradient and increase the scale to 150%, and then click this gradient bar to adjust your gradient. Double click this gradient slider and replace this color with 61, 61 and again 61, and then double click this other gradient slider and replace it with 21, 21 and 21. Click OK, OK and OK, and now you will need this photo. Just download it and simply drag it inside your document. Use this bounding box to rotate your photo. Let's scale it to 110%. Press Enter to apply the changes and move to the Layers panel to change the blend mode of this photo to Overlay and lower the opacity to 75%. Now move to the bottom of the Layers panel, click this button and select Hue and Saturation. Set these values to 155, -50 and -9. And now that your background is set up, let's move to the text. You'll need this font, so download and install it, and then return to your document. Select the horizontal type tool from your toolbar and focus on the character panel where you can set the settings for the text that you're about to add. Select your font. Increase the size to 200 points and just click on your canvas to type in Royal. Switch to the Move tool and press Ctrl and A to load a selection around your entire canvas, and just click these two buttons to easily center your text. Press Ctrl and D to get rid of this selection, and then press Ctrl and J to duplicate your text. Make sure that you have the copy selected and lower the fill to 0%. Let's continue and download this set of patterns. Once you're done, you need to open just this yellow pattern in a new document. Go to Edit and Define Pattern to save it as a new pattern. Click OK, and now you can close this document and return to your text effect. Double-click this original text to open the layer style window and start by enabling the gradient overlay. Just make it a linear gradient and then click the gradient bar to adjust your gradient. Let's start with this gradient slider and replace the color with 38, 38 and again 38. Move to this other gradient slider and set the color to 229, 223 and 247, and then click twice on your gradient bar to add two more gradient sliders. Select this one and set the location to 32, and then double click it to replace this color with 66, 22 and 104, and then click this other gradient slider, set the location to 67, and then double click it and replace the color with 124, 42 and 241. Click OK. Click this new button to save your gradient as you will need it later. Click OK, and now enable the bevel and emboss. Move these two sliders to 9 and 8. Set the angle to 120 degrees. Check this anti-aliased box. Set the blend mode for the highlight to vivid light. And now enable the contour. Just select half round from this list. Check this box and continue with the stroke. Just change the blend mode to color dodge. Replace the color with a gradient. Click the gradient bar to select your saved gradient. Click OK and continue with the inner shadow. You need to set these sliders to 0, 0 and 27, and then you can enable the inner glow. For this effect you need to change the blend mode to vivid light. Increase the opacity to 100%. Set this color to 153, 152 and 145. Select Precise from this drop-down menu. Increase the size to 90 pixels. And don't forget to select this preset before you enable the setting. Keep the blend mode set to multiply and the opacity to 50%, but replace this color with 13, 53 and 55. Make sure that the angle is set to 90 degrees, the distance to 50 pixels and the size to 60 pixels, and then finally enable the drop shadow. Keep the blend mode set to multiply, increase the opacity to 80%, change this color with 163, 163 and again 163. Disable the global light and set the angle to 132 degrees. Set these values to 17, 0 and 35. And then click OK to finish stylizing your first piece of text. Continue with this text copy. Again, double click it to open this layer style window and start by enabling the pattern overlay. Select your yellow pattern from this list, lower the scale to 50% and change the blend mode to lighter color, and then enable the bevel and emboss effect. Keep all of these settings, just select this ring preset, and then continue with the contour. For this one, select the linear preset, lower the range to 50%, and move to the inner glow effect. Increase the noise to 30% and select this ring double preset, and then continue with the gradient overlay. Change the blend mode to soft light and lower the opacity to 20%, and then click the gradient bar to edit your gradient. Start with this color and replace it with 87, 86 and 83. Move to the next one and replace it with 160, 157 and 147. And for this final color, let's enter 254, 247 and 223. Click OK, OK and again OK. And now to intensify the effect, you can press Ctrl and J to duplicate this text copy and lower the opacity of this copy to about 60%. For the final touches, let's click this button to add a gradient map. Click this gradient so that you can adjust it. Double click this color stop and replace it with 86, 109 and 124. Double click this other color stop and replace the color with 253, 222 and 162, and then add a third gradient slider. Set the location to 50% and then double click it to replace this color with 154, 156 and 138. Click OK and OK. Return to the layers panel so that you can change the blend mode of this gradient map to linear light. Lower the opacity to 15%, and with this final touch, your design is complete. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Remember to hit that like button as it helps me know that I did a good job. Subscribe if you aren't already, and don't forget to click the little bell icon to be notified of any new tutorials. I'm Andrei Marius, and I'll see you in the next video.